All right. Hey, I want to talk real quickly about the. I see it all the time. People talking about the bracketing in rookie, and rookie pro expert work different than masters. So if you're a masters player, you're going to be playing in the tournament against nothing but masters player, and they're not really going to separate masters 1, 2, and 3. Everybody's a master. If you're playing in expert and you're a master, you're going to be playing only against people that have a master rating. So you may have varying people that are in the qualifying round and even somewhat in the opening round. But when you get to the weekend round, every single person in your bracket is going to be either a current or a past Masters player when you're an expert. If you're an expert and you've never got your divisional ranking, so a lot of times people get in here and they want to get this divisional ranking higher so that they're right now, because I don't play this account other than just in tournaments, it's got a rookie one, but this account is an expert account. So when I'm playing in the weekend round, I'm only playing against people who are experts. And so at this point it doesn't matter because I've achieved expert ranking. I'm now playing expert. So a lot of times when you first start, everybody's trying to get up because you get these divisions. Hey, if I can get up here to expert and masters, then I'm getting better prizes, and that's true. But once you start getting up here, when you're down here and you're playing and you're in brackets and you see numbers and then you work your way up to pro and you're still playing a rookie or in pro, you're going to start to see people have better finishes because you got people who are more experienced. So if you're playing an expert and you have a master's rating, you're going to be playing against other people who are masters. If you're an expert, you're going to be playing against people who are expert. If you're a pro, if you're playing in pro and you were or currently are a master, you're only going to be playing in your bracket, in your weekend bracket, against people who are masters. If you were an expert. So trying to get your ranking up here real quick is only going to make it, people get in this game and they're like, I got to go to the top right away. And then they wonder why every step of the way they're just getting their butts kicked because they haven't spent enough time in grade to get your clubs and your experience level up so that you can compete against those guys that are or currently or were masters or expert. So in this tournament as a prime example, this is a rookie bracket. And so you look at the players that are in this bracket. Mario, 112 million. So they've played in some tournaments, a bunch of tournaments. They've played 13,000 games. Hey, this guy's not playing against people who only have 300 games, right? This is an expert bracket. This guy's got lots and lots of experience, played lots and lots of games. Most of these games have been Tour 7 and below in order to only have 112 million. But they played enough Tour 7 that they've got their Tour 7 clubs to where they want them. Let's take a look at the next player, Jamie. Jamie's got 369 million at 2,137 trophies. They're into Tour 8, possibly Tour 9, depending on where their trophy count is in the other ones, if they're not maxed out. Played in a bunch of tournaments, 5,000 games. This person's won a lot of cheddar. So they've played a lot of, and this isn't just from Tour 7, this is Tour 8 and 9 in order to get to that amount of money earned. This person, once again, is not going to be playing in tournaments in a weekend round against somebody that has 300 trophies or is a rookie. But if you get in the game really quick and your goal is to, as fast as you can, get an expert rating, guess what? You went up there and got to expert, and now you're playing against experts. And it doesn't matter what level you're at. Let's look at Marty B. So Marty B is a relatively newer player. They got 44 million, so they've played probably some Tour 7. They played in a bunch of tournaments, and they've worked their way up because they want to get that. They want to chase that dream of being up there at the top, and they've tried to, and they've got their divisional ranking up high. So even though right now they're at a professional banner, they've gotten to and achieved an expert rating in their weekly bracket. Tiger Hood, 425 million won. Definitely Tour 8, Tour 9. 5,000 games. Lots of experience. Lots of tournaments. This person's not by any stretch of the imagination a rookie. And they're not playing in a rookie bracket. They're playing in the rookie tournament, and they're playing in an expert bracket. Let's check out the top 10 here. 290 million won. 10,000 games. Hey, everybody in here is at similar experience and similar clubs. We have another person here. They played 6,300 games. Even though they've only got 88 million, most of their games have probably been Tour 6 and below, some Tour 7. You're not going to get 88 million won from 6 and below, even with 6,300 games. So they've played enough games in Tour 7 to get the Tour 7 clubs that they're looking for. Vinny, another player that's gone up. Once again, they've tried to move up the scale, and they've had an expert rating. 713 million. This person has played Tour probably up to Tour 10, maybe even, I'd say probably up to Tour 10. Some Tour 10, a lot of Tour 9. 5,200 games, lots of experience. Everybody in this bracket is in that similar boat. Few people that, in my opinion, have moved up just a little too early, like looking at Scooby. Same deal. Played up to Tour 8, couple Tour 9s. And this is just a practice account from, let's go down. Let's see how far down we can go here. Let's check out Thomas. 636 million, 5,900 games. This is what this bracket looks like. You're not going to see this. I have a low-level account, and I go through my low-level account, and people have 300, 500, 600 trophies. Three, 4, 5, 600 games. Let's just pick people at random. 109. This person's definitely played up to Tour 7. Relatively new player with... They played 2,500 games, but they've been playing up into Tour 7, possibly a few Tour 8, mostly Tour 7, in order to get that total earned. So they've developed their clubs. It doesn't take very long to develop your clubs, your clubs if you play Tour 7, even just for a little while. Let's go down and see what the very bottom person has. Ace. 52 million, 3,800 games played. Lots of experience. That's a lot of games. Okay, played in a bunch of tournaments. So when you're looking at bracketing, what people don't understand is that they don't just take every single person who plays in the rookie tournament, put them in a pool and draw out 100 names. They're putting you in these brackets based off of your divisional ranking. So if you get in this game and you go, hey, I'm going to try and go to the top as fast as I possibly can. And so you start off at rookie 1, and then your goal is to try and jet through these as fast as you can. As soon as you can open up that next tour, you go into it. As soon as you can open up that next tour, you can go into it. And you're trying to go up that scale. You're going to move up this bracket pretty quick and get into an expert rating really, really quick in this game. Probably within the first couple months. You know, every week you could possibly move up just because you're playing and you're trying to do that, instead of staying at one of those tours, those lower tours, and developing your clubs. So if you jump up as fast as you can and you've only got 2,300 games and you jump up into an expert, you're going to be playing against people who are expert. So is it that you want to be at 2,300 games and you've been rushing up there so that you've got Tour 5 and 6 clubs and you want to play against people that have 300 trophies? Who wants to play against people that have 300 trophies? I want to play against people that have the same experience level and have the same type of stuff as me. That's what tightens these brackets up. So if you're a rookie and you're coming up through the ranks, the important thing is to take. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. I've been playing this game since it came out. It had been out for about 2 months when I started playing, and we don't need to rush up to the top. The playdemic and the pressure from the community is that, hey, you need to be a maxed out trophy player, and if you're not going for max trophies, then why are you even playing? We're playing because the game's fun, and we're playing because the competition is awesome at every single level. Every level. People are like, oh, I'm not getting wins, or I'm not this. I'll tell you, I played this game for a lot, and you see any wins in this? See one banner. Okay. I do have my main account, and I have been successful in my main account, but I work diligently in that main account to try and get those banners, try and be in the top 10 every week. And so it just takes slowing down a little bit and just enjoy the game. And instead of trying to get yourself up in these divisional rankings so that you're up here at the top right off the bat, take your time when you go up. Complete a tour. In my low level account right now, it plays nothing but Tour 4 and below. And I could go to Tour 5. Tour 5's open in my low level account. But I'm not going to Tour 5. I played one game at Tour 5. Accident just got in there, but I'm staying in Tour 4 because I still have clubs in Tour 4, and I'm still trying to develop my extra mile, and I'm still trying to develop my big dog, and I'm still trying to develop my big topper, and I'm still trying to develop some of those clubs. And instead of just jumping up to the next tour the second it's open, I'm taking my time to develop my stuff so that when I go to the next tour, I'm super successful. And then I'm going to stay in this tour and start working on those clubs. I'm in Tour 5. I want to get a Guardian. I want to get a Hornet, and I want to get that Guardian to level 4 or 5, and I want to get that Hornet to level 4 or 5, and I want to get that Rock, and I want to get some of those clubs that are in Tour 5. And once I've gotten those developed, and I've got that good bankroll because I stayed here for a while, and I'm not winning so much prize money that it's going to put me into an expert. I could be super successful all week long, and I'm probably not going to be able to get past Pro 1. Maybe Pro 2, just because you're not winning enough cash to beat the guys to be able to get promoted. You're going to just stay in that bracket. Once I get those clubs developed and I've spent the time and grade here, I'm going to go to Tour 6. And I'm going to gradually work myself up so that when you're playing in tournaments, here you're going to be playing in either a rookie bracket or a rookie bracket with pros. And you've got the clubs to do it because you took your time. So if your goal when you start this game is to rush as fast as you can to get up here, once you get to Tour 7, you're going to get into an expert bracket really quick. Okay? And if you're new and you've got the 1,500, 1,600 trophies that you can get when you max out up to Tour 7, however many trophies that is, and you're going against guys that have spent time and grade down here and played a lot of Tour 7 and below, okay, and this is where they live, you're going to have to be on your A game. You're going to have your game down really good. You're going to have to make perfect wind adjustments. You're going to have to bring out bigger balls on these holes. And so the complaint of people playing out of bracket, you've got to slow down when you go up. Otherwise, you're going to get overmatched at every level of the game. And so take your time when you're moving up. There's no sprint to try and get maxed out on Tour 12. And I'll tell you right now, let's say you had a little bit of success and you get up here. You get up into Tour 11 and Tour 12, and you didn't spend the time and grade to get your clubs developed down here. When you get up here, you think it's brutal. From Tour 9 all the way up, okay, you've got to develop your stuff in these lower level, and you've got to learn how to play the game down here. So don't get in a big rush when you first start playing the game. Just take your time. This is a fun game, and there's no reason to rush. Don't let the community pressure you into rushing up to the top. Take your time. All right? Thanks for watching.